guess he is not hungry. Okay. It's like I am having none of that. None. Wish this one would come out a little bit more, but honestly, it's in pre-mold. I don't want to mess with it too much. Just gonna give it a little bit of water. Just enough to stick there in the bottom of its bin. Pretty sure this is a male, but almost always eats. He was just out. Got scared and ran away, so let's see if we can feed him. Keep leaving my tongs over there. Okay, here's a live one. He got mad I took him out one time, and then he took all his substrate and put it up here. But yeah, give him a little water. Fed all of these. I'll have. God. Dude! Look at that booty. As always, she's a great eater. Now it's got water, some of that water. Make sure hers draws up. I got sphagnum also used. So this is my Aphanopelma Diamondback. Let's get a shot of her. Let's see. Maybe one this size. Be very nice. Oh God! Don't go in the water. Oh, of course you've made your den under the water cave. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh well. At least you're gonna eat for me. If you can find it. Yep, there you go. Yep, she got it. That is cute as hell. Alright, so that's why I put an alternative water bowl in here, because I do not want to add weight. I've seen my Megaphoma robustum when they were just a baby do the same thing with that kind of hide. I love that hide because it gives them instant security. You get it with one of these like these random Amazon enclosures, but it has a water bowl that's integrated in the back. But then if they burrow down, it just concerns me. So the funny part is I can actually take this off. There used to be a T-Voggins in here a while back ago, and I ordered Ghostly Grays? Gray's Ghostly Stick. I don't know. She's on Etsy. He. They're on Etsy. And they make these stickers. Awesome. I need to order some more, but I hate the way that stickers peel and then stick to the acrylic. So what I've done is I've actually gotten small batches of Velcro. And the reason because not a single patch of stick. But then I can take the Velcro, put it on there, and then put it on my, what I suspect is a T-Voggins enclosure. And we're all good. I just meant to do that earlier, but yeah. The fauna Pelma grow way too slow for me. I have a sling. It's a duplicate. I'm gonna rehome it. My only interest is having females of one on my wish list, kind of a deal. The longevity, pets, not necessarily breeding. Some breeding I'm interested in is some baboons, but it's not a fauna Pelma. They take way too long to grow. They're gorgeous, but they're just take too long to grow. Plus, I live in the U.S., so it's not really that big of a deal to me. And urticating hairs. So, yeah. Now this right here. Let's see a little bit more of my dirty room. This right here should be, when it matures, my male OBT. What I like to do at the top over here, got his little web. You can see the mealworm right here. I leave it there. It comes up, does its thing. Not too particular about going all the way over here, so I'll just fill it up. Oh, it looks like he put substrate in it. Oh, that's great. Of course. You don't need much, but I still think that you need something. So, yeah. Again, great little... Oh, I've got another one of these stickers. Woke up and chose violence. And see, there's the Velcro. But I'll leave that on there. I used to have another one. His name was Sherbert. He was probably my first big one. And loved him. He was a sweetheart until he matured. And then I dug him up out of here. And he was like having none of that. Other than that, he went on to breed with a local breeder. And yeah. So I just need to get another one now. Because to Tyler in the spider shop. I was looking for a female. Oh, what was I looking for? H. pulchripes, C. darlingi. My C. darlingi. Sorry, C. darlingi and my H. pulchripes. Both. I got a molt and then checked it under the microscope. Are gonna be male. So was not too happy about that. So I was like, you know what? I'm not buying more slings. I'm not doing all this. And I went and said, hey, here's a XYZ, what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for in the male, but just not big. You know, I still want to grow them a little bit. And he said, yeah. And checked his stock and had me something nice. Let's see if we can get her to go over there. And I decided for the price, I want to go ahead and got her. Because I paid like $40 for a unsexed one, a little bit smaller. And then for her, I paid like less than 80. I know. It wasn't as much. So I was like, let me just go ahead and get a female, and then I know that other guy and the other one of these is a male, so if I decided to breed them, I doubt that I will, just because they're so commonplace. Not that big of a deal with OBTs for me, and they're like Augocephalus, yes. I would love to breed those, but P. murinus, I mean, they're pretty accessible. There's no need to do that, because I'm not going to be dealing with the public or anything like that, but yeah. Oh! Let you see her. Oop. But I think that mealworm is not as active. So let's find one that's a little bit more active. There we go. Whether she eats or not, I don't know. I think this is my first time trying to feed her. But I know that baboons, they can, they can have smaller abdomens. I hate small abdomens. I don't mean that I need it to be like gorging or anything, but a little, plus size is right where the sweet spot is for me. But yeah, that's her. I don't have a name for her yet. She's active, that's for sure. She's been exploring that cage all around. She's liking the little boreal compared to the other ones a little bit more, which is fun. All good. No probs. No probs. Oh, let's feed. I'm not going to feed that one. I will feed this one. So another one that I got from, technically thanks to Tyler. Actually, completely thanks to Tyler. Even though I didn't technically get it from him. Was this. This is a Hackapertier. Harpic. How can I pronounce that better than I can the actual first name? Let me just. There you go. So I have a speech impediment issue, so some of them are a little harder to pronounce than the other ones. But yeah, that's her. And she is actually. No. She is actually down here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can find a giant mealworm. I was fortunate enough to get her at a size that she is. There we go. pretty much mature. I mean, I don't see her getting much bigger. I don't know how old she is. The guy who had her for about a year, he said, and then she has water. Actually, a full tank. I just put her in here about maybe a week ago. So this is the first time trying to feed her. Curious if she will eat or what she's gonna do. She spooks a little easy. I hope. It says it wiggles in the web. I love the ones that are heavy webbers because it makes feeding mealworms so much easier. Like, they're going to get in there, they're going to get caught, they're going to try to get out. And while they're trying to do that, they're going to let the tarantula know, hey, I'm here, I'm struggling, easy meal. And then they go up and get it. But this one does not want to feed, especially with the light on. I doubt that it wants to do that. I know for a fact we will not see this one, but I still try anyways. Yep, dirty room. Kids, like 6. Sorry, they're doing laundry today. They got in trouble, so they are in and out of my room, and I'm just trying to stay out the way. But yeah, put that back on the charger. Okay, so anyways, this is my peach earth tiger. Where she is at, this little witch hut. She loves it. She's gone in there. That's where she's been since I put her in there. She was not happy about going in there. She was threat posing, slapping, throwing her teeth, her fangs, everything. But I mean, I really wasn't worried about it. But she cooperated. Let's see if I can get her to come to the top. I'm not sure. This is the enclosure that has the little cave / water bowl come with it. Crapellis or something like that. And I have to say I love it. Multiple reasons. I love the size of it. It can be both fossorial and arboreal. I love the top. It's a self-locking lid. Then it has a feeding hole right here. Relatively affordable. They go on sale like all the time. And when they go on sale, I pick one up. They got different color lids. This one's green, I think. Green's my favorite color. I have a black one. My first M. Balfouri is in. However, my black one is terrestrial. It's just shorter. It's probably due for a rehouse soon in the next month or so. But yeah, I love them. They're great. They're simple. They're secure. I don't have to worry about wire mesh. As far as movement, you've got that, but it's actually like clicked in to lock, so I have to push it pretty hard. And push it pretty hard back to get it to lock. Not something I would put slings in because they can just get out of these little holes. But it's not mesh, so it's not gonna. They're gonna get their what are they called? The little hooks on their feet. If you get the wire mesh, you run a risk. Not saying it will happen, but it can happen, where they'll put their little hooks in the wire mesh, and they'll try to move, and they'll end up twisting it. And when they do that, they get stuck. And then they sit there and they can dangle, they can die, they can pop a leg off, fall, whatever the case may be. I mean, I don't think the height from this would hurt her, but I don't want anything like that to happen. So these Crapellis offer a good alternative to me. Heavy, but so are the Exoterras. So, and I can't use Exoterras as fossorials if I need to. I've pretty much fed everybody I'm going to feed it adult wise. Oh, no. I've got an empty enclosure down here, but it's more of kind of a prep, getting ready. This right here is one of my pride and joys. This is a Cryopagopus schmidti gold form. I don't know if it's a gold form or if it's just a subspecies or something. I don't know. But she's a full-grown adult, mature female. I got her from the spider shop. Saw her, fell in love. Cryopagopus I've gotten pretty familiar with. The colors on her are outstanding. And so what she's done, instead of going into the actual hole that I've made her, I'll just put those right there. Instead of going into the actual hole that I've made her with the cork bark, she just went around that, and then she just done a complete 360. So now with this, I like to keep the bottom layer moist, so I had a choice to make. I could have used one of the Crapellis. I could have used one of the Tarantula cribs, but for the size of it and the price, these are 8x8x12s. And yeah, technically you could set them up arboreally, but because of the ventilation and how it is, I was able to do a fossorial setup. So I went with this, and it has worked out wonders. Highly recommend. Love these. Like, if I could, I don't really have many arboreals, but since I have fossorials, I guess the bigger ones, I'd have to get bigger fossorials. But I would definitely do that. And it's good for OBTs too, because you can put like a layer, just like the other ones you saw. You could put a layer of dirt, and then you can put anchor points, and then you can put your cork bark, and that way that they can web and they can do all that stuff without having to jolt the top every time you want to open it. So I think one fell down there. I'm pretty sure one fell down there. Anytime I feed her, I know I hear, don't do that. I can see her. I see her right now at the bottom. I cannot show her on camera because it's hard to see through the layer, but I can see her. I'll let that one go down there. It's fine. She'll eat it. She'll dismiss it. Or it'll dig around until she finds it. Kind of like, most fossorials, honestly, they're not... Yeah, they'll come up to the top, but they'll grab something that's down there that stumbles upon their layer. Their doom layer. But I'll leave one at top, one drop. She's probably got that one and focused on that. But yeah, she has been amazing. They're not common at all, apparently. Didn't really realize that when I was getting it, but hey, whatever. It's happy I got it. Here is my H. gigas, which has gone down in its hole. I just rehoused this one yesterday because I wanted a little bit more room for it. I'm not going to give it a giant, but I will give it a one of these. And it's going to go straight down. Oh yeah, it's already down here. Made a tunnel. H. gigas really, I know that they're a brown spider, but guys, they're really fascinating to watch. They come out quite a lot. Mine does, at least. I don't know about all of them, but I was surprised with how often I see mine. I'll let that work itself out. Um, really not a bad species at all to have. Alright, so yeah, she's already. This was like just yesterday or the day before. There she is right there. I don't know if probably he. It started the tunnel, goes down, goes around, all the way around, goes up, and then boom. Again, if you're on the fence about getting one, do it. They're great. They're wonderful. You'll love it. Another great one, and you can actually see the... No, you can't. Okay. Let's see if we can get it to come up, at least. And see what happens. I say that, and it'll probably come flying at me. Okay. I don't mind leaving the lid open a little bit for this one, but... Oh. It's one of those species that does not like the light, so probably not going to see it come dashing out. Honestly, I know I'll get a lot of crap for this, but fossorials, you can go down, and I can see her right here, right? For the most part, I can see my fossorial any given time that I want to. It's not hard. It's really not hard. Most of them are going to do the same thing. Even if they dig straight down the center, they're going to find the edge, they're going to spread out a little bit and turn, and then they're going to circle. Now, whether that circle is more elaborate or not, I don't know, but you can typically see them. If they're in molt, if they're in pre-molt, don't stick food down there. Their burrow. That just poses a risk. If not, some of them, honestly, you're going to have to, because they're not going to come up and fight for it or whatever. Now this is a hottie. I'll just leave a couple right there. Water it down a little bit, especially the moss, and she's good to go. They're not going to come out. These, you can order them off Amazon. I just make them. I like them. I like the DIY kind of stuff. I make, as you can see, I've got all kind of little elaborate enclosures and of that sort. Actually, I ordered these off Amazon. I also have a 3D printer, and I 3D print. I like that stuff. It's like part of the lure of keeping tarantulas. I already saw her earlier, so I know that she's wanting to eat. Playing with fire, but I do not want you. Oh, okay. Did not. Well, that failed. Okay. Bottom of her burrow is way further down, so. This one, I've got moss at the bottom, and I know there's moisture. So I'm trying to let it dry out a little bit. Helps keep the humidity down. I mean, the cases of mold breaking down. Now this one's cool. You can actually see her rump. She's down there. Oh, nope. She just said, no way, Jose. So she's somewhere up here. But the great thing is, I can show you what I mean by the food. I know how big she is. I'm gonna go with the mini mealworm. I can do this, and then I can drop them in there. And then I will zoom it in. And we shall wait. She picked up on it. There she is coming out. Like, wait a minute. Is that food? Oh, she got the first one. He went too far down. She looks like this is going to be her last meal for a minute. She'll molt. Get some more coloration. She'll grab that other one. But yeah. And then that's that. Now this one, if I water the plant, it'll drip off and ricochets because it's fake. I don't mind doing that. I just don't want to do the bottom and flutter. Okay. And I have another hottie hottie. This one's a cool little enclosure. So I found this. This is actually a candy jar. It's actually a candy jar. And yeah, I got some clear, transparent, I think they're like cabinet locks for babies. Just because I didn't like how easy it was to open that. But yeah. And then she's done a really good job. She has her water up at top. Just because of the way I did her bottom, I couldn't really load it with moss, and then she took all her moss inside. So that's like, okay, let me just put a water bowl here just to be safe. Let's do same thing, a bigger mini. There we go. Alright, I'm not going to play with fire. Put my face up to that. Get a little bit more water. No need for that down there. But yeah. And then when I'm done, I just take the lid, pop that one on. Same thing for this. Pop that one on, and it's secure. So, yeah, really neat little DIY. Let me see about my jumping spider. She's a little thick, but she can eat. I like feeding and watering her and everything. I have sphagnum moss at the bottom. They can drown really easy, apparently. I am not an expert on any of this, so my alternative to big water bowls was sphagnum moss. And of course she's seeing the water and she's like, what is going on? So what I like to do is take a mini mealworm, take one like this, these little breathing holes. I'll put one through and see if I can get it to, nope, okay. Let's try. Like she's already thinking, yep, she got it. And that's what I like to do. These, they're more intelligent, so I've learned that she likes her space. That's fine. Whatever it takes to get her to drink, eat. If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Some people can like hand feed, some people can tongue feed, some people can put them in bowls and feed. She was for the longest time only going to eat pre-killed, but we worked through that, and these mini mealworms she loves. So now she's got a little humidity, a little bit of water, but not enough to drown. And yeah, she's all set. And I think I'll just leave it at that. I don't really need to feed too many more, because if I end up sitting here feeding all of them, which I do a lot, then what's going to happen is I overfeed and they get fat, and I'm at like 150 tarantulas and then the jumping spider, and none of them should be fat, but they are. It's like therapeutic to me. I can do one more, actually. Oh, no, I can't because she's fat. Never mind. Point proven. But yeah, thanks for joining with me. And if you're curious about keeping tarantulas, this is kind of what it's like. It's not chaos. Doesn't need to be fearful or panicky. It's pretty simple. Once you learn how they work, most tarantulas are going to run away. They're not going to stay, and they're going to fight unless they have no alternative or they feel like they have no alternative. By that point, you got to sit back and think about what you could have done to help prevent, putting that animal in that mindset of I'm going to die if I don't fight for my life. Even though you don't mean any harm. And that's for anything, honestly. Back a cat in a corner, you're going to get bit and scratched. That's going to suck. You back a dog in a corner, depending on which dog, you may end up in the hospital or worse. Obvious stuff. Don't ever. Big predators, you would never do that. So you would take the same respect that you would give big predators to things that you don't find as significant. And as long as you do that and you respect animals, you should have no problems. Things can happen, but at the end of the day, we're the rational creatures, so the responsibility lies on us. End of story, it just does. There's no aggressive tarantula. Defensive, territorial maybe, but not aggressive. So most of them here have never given me any problems. If it has, it's been after, a shipping, tired, worn out, put them in there and they're like, oh, I don't want to let the paper towel go. My P. cordatus was like that. But yeah, take it easy.